Greetings everyone! So for this tutorial subject, we're going to go over monster raising. And I'm going to hopefully remember where those two particular locations are at. It's been a very, very long time. Again, I've been playing this for about 3 years now. So, monster raising. Why is it important? Well, due to some updates a while ago, monsters have become even more powerful, and Square Enix tries to keep them as powerful as players. Sometimes they can even be more powerful than players. So, let's go over the basics first. First off, how do you raise and, or rather, scout, capture with a Pokeball, however you want to call it, a monster? Well, to do so, you have to be on Monster Master or Item Master. I won't be displaying how this is... Well, actually, no, I could go ahead and display how this is done. It's just that'll take a bit more time. So I'll explain it. You see, to be able to capture a monster, you have to be on Monster Master or Item Master. Now, I'm missing a few because I didn't really care for them. Thus, I don't have their books. But you can get any one of these monsters here. The ones I don't have, I just never got their books for. They're likely either in the shop, or they are hidden, or you have to get them from exchange. But basically, most monsters, you can purchase them. The books to capture them, that is. I'll explain that later. For now, let me show you how to get Monster Master and Item Master. Or at least the general area of where they're at. First, we'll start with Monster Master, which, if I remember right, was in Orphea. It was in Orphea East. Just make sure I'm going to the right place. We want to go to a streaming server. None of my friends or teammates are on today, but, well... Oh yeah, today's a Monday. Still early in the day. Everybody's working or doing other stuff. Mondays suck. Now, if I recall right... was it this one? No, it was not. Well, thankfully, I can directly go there. If you're a new player, it's going to be some time before you have a stone like this. You have to go all the way to version 7 to be able to get the Bazoom stone. So, this is Orphea Hill. This is where you unlock Monster Master. It's also a place that has this. That for certain event periods, this will become available, allowing you to get a prize by doing a fight where you and up to anywhere between 3 and 7 other players, also controlling their own monster. For me, it would be Clank over there. We'll do battle against some random boss and you get an item for it. This event happens every now and then. Now you're wondering, how do I get here, since I do not have a Bazoom stone, Cecil? Well, if we look at the map here, you have to go to Orphea Region West. Now, if you can see my mouse pointer, probably not, it's in recording. Orphea Hill is on the bottom right here, by G6. You can see Orphea up there at D2, Orphea. You're basically heading to the west gate. Now, to get to the Orphea Hill, okay, you have to take this exit here, or this entry here, F4, which is in the cave. For some reason, it's been stated that the Pukus used to live in tunnels and caves like rats long ago. Before this, they managed to get above ground and actually build towns over land. But all their old cave tunnels still exist in many places. Take that there, you'll end up here, and then you just walk right on over. So you got all the amenities here that you need. Amenities or whatever here. This girl's the trainer. She's gonna basically give you the quest to do it, so long as you meet the prerequisites. I believe you can become a Monster Master if you are on the trial. You got your basic church here, item shop, Monster Manager. I have got to pay more attention to my Spiny. A little bit on that in a sec. So, monster managers can be found in most taverns, typically in the downstairs basement, but they could be in other places. You'll have a monster manager and a monster item shop right there. They will sell the grass that you can use to reset monster skills, or regain the extra monster skills. You somehow screwed that up. And they will sell you books to most of the monsters that you can scout. Obviously, it's not all of them. There are at least 2 monsters that have no drop books. What that means is that those books cannot be traded, cannot be auctioned. You have to hunt for them, the popular one being the Saber Cat. Everybody loves the Saber Cat. I have a Saber Cat. To get one of those, you have to fight regular Saber Cats. The best place for them is in the version 2 True area. And you have to fight them until a pink one appears, and then you fight that one, and a treasure box will drop with the scout book for the Saber Cat. The other one I cannot remember. There are other monsters that you can only get from trading with other players, unless of course you get them as a drop somewhere yourself, but they come from various areas. And then there's ones that you can get from the casino in exchange for gold tokens. This counts for both Monster Master monsters and Item Master monsters. And since we're here, I will show about Monster Manager, or Monster Management. Now, the Monster Farm is where you can place 3 of your monsters in so that they gain experience and hopefully happiness over time. This can be accelerated if you have a bunch of friends. I had somebody apparently invite one of my monsters constantly, and now this guy right here, who started at like 30 happiness, is now boosted all the way to 208. I'll explain that in a bit. Otherwise, though, anytime you gain experience, they're going to get a little bit of experience while in the Monster Farm, allowing them to level up that way. You could also take them into your direct party on standby, and they'll gain a lot more experience on standby, or if you actively use them. But this is a way to basically level them up passively if you're trying to level multiple monsters. You can also dress them up. Could have sworn I put one of these on him. Yeah, screw it. You can change your name. Clank is the default name for mines I might change them at some point, maybe to Siegfried or something. I'll have to see how Clarity handles it. Now, when monsters get to level 50, you can reincarnate them. I got 3 of them ready for reincarnation right now. I really need to do that. Right now, I don't care what skills they have, because once they get to 15, that's when I decide what skills they get to have. But when you reincarnate them, their stats will increase, and you may be able to pick a 4th and then eventually 5th skill line for them. I'm not sure what to pick for this particular monster yet. Every single monster has a set of skills that, by a community standard, is the best for them. I'd have to look it up for him. And I'm not sure what he gets, but looking at this and the critical rate, dodge rate, my guess is people probably use deafness and maybe agility boost on him. So I'll just choose these for now, because why not? When you rebirth your monster, they gain slight stats increase, they gain more skill points, they give you some reincarnate, special gifts to send to people who helped you. I got a lot of people. And then that's it. Now they're going to be leveling again from level 1. You can reincarnate them at this time about 15 times. Not sure why I'm raising a golem, but gonna let him keep the skills. Once he's 15, I'll look at all the other golems, see what kind of skill lines they got, because that's the easiest way to do it. And I'll explain that more in the monster arena. I'll just give them strength and resilience for now. Again, there is a specific set of skills each one takes, and there is an easy way to find out what that is if you want to try looking through the Japanese-only wikis and such. But you can always reselect skills, reset skills, and whatever you like. I have 15 out of 24 monsters right now. You can open up more slots by paying a little extra each month on your subscription. Most people won't. They'll just take the monsters that are useful, or get one of each and use that. Now you may be asking, okay, Cecil, why would I need a monster for? Why would I have a use for him if I could just get support AI? Well, I'll tell you, see. Look at my Clank here. He's got more attack and defense than even I do. And he's also got damage reductions. But the thing is, each monster has something special and unique to them. I gotta get him a 4th badge, actually. I forgot to do so. Otherwise, he'd have even higher stats. I'll explain that in the monster arena. But each one has their own specialties. Clank is what I like to call a well-rounder. He is capable of using multi-heal with decent efficiency, about 300 to 400 HP healing on his multi-heal. He can use Kazing, and he gets a lot of debuffing ability. He can lower spell resistances, he can lower attack, he can lower defense, and this one works in groups, so he can use this on a whole group of enemies to lower all their defense at once. He can dodge and counter attacks more effectively than others if you use this. Reduces damage from all attacks. He's got material body, which further reduces damage. More material body that further reduces it. And his charge time negative 10 seconds, so his abilities go up quicker. Okay, he is literally like a paladin and a guardian combined in one. Literally. And reduced damage. He also gets phalanx if he really needs to tank. So he is extremely sturdy if he uses all of his defensive moves. And he's quite weighty too, so he can actually push back quite a few mobs on his own. And again, I gave him healer just so he'd have Kazing. I could go for another line that could increase his offense or defense, but having Kazing I think is important, and he is picked a lot in the monster arena to help other players. I'll be working on his gear sometime soon to get him better resistances. But here's the big part about why you want to own a monster. This. The Apex Bonding Emblem, which you can attain by doing arena battles. What this does is, if the monster is in party or on standby, he doesn't even have to be in the party with you, he can just be on standby. Pretty much what this does is, alright, whenever the bond reaches 100% or bond up, he's going to do all these buffs on you. And it's actually pretty periodic. He'll give you Care Prayer. For me, he'll be giving me Care Prayer, Acceleratoll, and Oomphel. There are other bond abilities you can get, though, such as Channel Anger, you know, things that are more for spellcasters. You can get Kabuff. You know, there's others that you can get, and these emblems aren't that hard to get. And they're always going to be crowned. So, you can just keep trying until you get the effects you want. I personally like Care Prayer on my Guardian because that allows me to put out some very massive single-target heals when I need to throw one out to, like, a priest or somebody that just really needs it. I also like Accelerate for quicker turns, and of course Oomphel to completely boost my damage. I do gotta change that out, but... a little less attack, but he becomes tankier, so why not? So pretty much, that's how you go about it. You learn the class, you get the book of the monsters you want to capture, you go out, you use Scout Strike, I believe is what it's still called. Clarity might have changed it. And when you do Scout Strike on the monster that you want, there's a chance after battle it will join you. Then you just take it along with you and raise. Now here is the important part, and quite a few of you, I've noticed, who has been doing Monster Master, or Item Master, okay, but is confused why you can't take your monster with you. You must be thinking, oh, okay, only Monster Master and Item Master can take their monster with them. But you're seeing me here as a Guardian, and mine's is clearly with me. Now, why is that? Well, that's simple. It's their happiness rating. You see, if you get your monster to a 100 happiness rating, then you'll have the ability to take that monster with you on any vocation. The two fastest ways to raise your monster's happiness is to let it fight in battle with you. The stronger the monster is above your own level, the more likely they're going to gain happiness points after battle. The second way is through the companion app, basically the mobile phone app, or mobile tablet, or BlueStacks, using the Dragon Quest X Adventurer app, which allows you to do many things, including monster raising. And you can just keep force-feeding the monster, giving them XP and happiness points. Or a friend can do that for you by inviting the monster around. I'm sure that now my monsters have been reset, people are probably going to be inviting them over again on the app, which saves me a lot of time, because I don't have to take them around to try to raise their happiness. Getting your monster to 300 happiness will get them bonus skill points, and that's very important. You want that. It also allows the bond mechanism to happen more frequently. Again, the monster does not have to be in the party with you. He could just be on standby. As long as he's taken out and with you, he can be in the party or he can be on standby. It does not matter. You will still get those bonuses. However, if he is in the active party and he happens to go down in the fight, he will stop being able to give you bond until you revive him. Now then, for Item Master. That one's a little bit more tricky. Yes, it's in Dwatraka. I'm going to see if I can remember where exactly it is. First we need to go to the... What was it again? Now that is odd. Let's go here. Now, Clank is a Item Master monster. It's not a Monster Master monster, an Item Master monster. The reason why is that Monster Master can tame the monsters that are biological. Okay. Item Master tames the monsters that are material or mechanical, such as knights, robots, pieces of bamboo that's using a bamboo spear. Yes, those exist. Something like that. And of course, golems, which is a fan favorite. Those are insects. That would be Monster Master, if they were even able to tame them in the first place. And that's a golem! So, if I recall right, Item Master would be right here. Again, you can get to this place by going to the dwarf town via train and just exiting out. Now, Item Master doesn't get its own place and field and all that. I don't even recall... I don't remember if Item Master even came out at the same time as Monster Master, to be honest. I think they might have been later. But here is the trainers for the Item Master. This is where you learn it. Again, Guitarra Fields, Mount Guitarra. That is the dwarf place. That is where most dwarf players will go to first. Actually, it is where they will have to go to first when starting as a dwarf. There's a massive amount of history in this region. This is where you become Item Master. Now, assuming my Zoomstone will work indoors from here, we're in the Monster Arena. Now, again, monsters are beneficial and they can be excellent party members depending on the skills you give them and the equipment you give them. Yes, you do have to equip them. And of course, badges are new. I need to go and make a special badge for him at some point. I'll show you that in a bit. Yeah, I've been so busy lately, I haven't been paying attention much to my monster stuff. So, this is the Monster Arena. You should have access to this after version 2.1. Yes, that early. How do we get here, you ask? Well, considering if you've already been past version 2.1, you should already know how to get here. But it's highly likely you came to the false version of this instead of the true version. Yes, spoilers. It is in the Desert Kingdom. Kingdom of Al-Hagiro. Now here, we have the prize exchange. I already spent all my tokens recently. I can get a lot more. Where you can get badge packs, cosmetics, but most importantly, the Apex Bonding Medal. However, you want to get a Bonding Medal emblems first. You want 4 of them. Combine them together to make a +3. Then take Uber Bonding emblems. Take 4 of them. Combine them together. Then take this and combine it into this. And then once you have that, you take 4 Apex Bonding emblems, combine them together. And then you combine the +4 Uber Bonding into the Apex Bonding emblem to create the +5 Apex Bonding emblem. It will always have a crown stat, so don't worry about RNG. So, this guy right here, he is a special event Monster Arena NPC. Whenever Monster Arena has a special event going on, which tends to happen around every 4 or so months, this guy will become active and start offering special rewards by doing special battles. The last time this was done, it was a 8-player special battle type, where, again, it was 8 players each controlling their own monster going up against super bosses in order to get prizes. Receptionist here is going to be the first ones you're going to be talking to, where you can set your support monster, Clank, register it, so whenever you've updated its equipment, you go ahead and register it. From here, you can prepare your party. You can actually prepare 3 other monsters now. This was recently added. So in case you're going up against a fight and you know you have to use like a specific kind of monster for it, you can pretty much register 3 others now for those kind of situations. But you will always take in with you 3 of your monsters, and these are my 3. Saber Cat, which does a massive amount of quick damage. My Healy, which heals and keeps everyone alive, and of course Clank. The one that's in the first position is the one you will be controlling directly. You have to register equipment for them to then be able to equip it inside. I think they recently increased the capacity for that. So, if you register your monsters, but you didn't register equipment, they're going to literally go in with nothing. You have to register equipment first in order for them to be able to then use it. Of course, it's not going to take it out of your inventory. You'll still have full use of it. You just register it. And if you ever updated that equipment, like, say, a belt or a card, and you updated the stats on it, you have to re-register it again to reflect those stats. You'll then equip them with the equipment that you set. Obviously, once I get my new set, I'm going to re-equip Clank, and I've honestly got to get a new set for Healy and Saber at some point. I just haven't had a need for it, because I've been doing pretty well in the hardest arena without it. You also register who is going to participate from here. And then once you're ready, you're likely going to only see battle entry at the start. You'll start from G rank. Your main goal is to grow up across the ranks, getting as many points as possible to advance to the next rank, in which then you'll be fighting a qualifying fight that is sometimes brutally hard depending on how prepared your monsters are. S rank being the highest for the first round of things. Pretty nifty prizes, right? But it's not as good as what you'll get here. Also, this is the guy you'll be talking to for your rank up exams. This guy was added some updates ago, giving even harder challenges. But the prizes are more immense. Ruby gems, which you need for alchemy, is also available. I will go ahead and show you a fight, just for the hell of it. And I need ruby gems anyway. Now, I like to usually take a golem in with me. Problem is finding a good one, because a lot of them are built like crap, or doesn't even have weapons at all for some reason. I prefer it if they have Zing. This one obviously doesn't. This one has it. What skills did he take? You get a bit of a glimpse of what skill lines the player who created this guy has taken. So you have to try to match it if you're making a golem of your own. Otherwise, again, you can look it up online and they will tell you straight up what are the 5 best skill lines to take and how many points to put in each of them for every monster. You set their skill usage. For the golem, I usually like to go with fight wisely. Now we can start a battle. This should be an easy one. It's not a super boss. It's not even a hard boss. It's just some regular mobs. And a glowing black again. Of course, that would happen. Pretty much a dimensional spell. Takes you out of the fight for a while. You can't really avoid that. And easy. No points since I'm at point cap already, but I do get experience, or well, gold coins, or no, rather coins for arena. You also get some badges. Those are important. There's my 5 ruby gems. Since I'm going to be using a lot of alchemy for the update coming up, because that's what I'm trying to save about 30 million gold for, so I can start it with all brand new gear. Those ruby gems are vital because they will save me a lot of money by just uncursing equipment instead of paying for uncursed equipment. Now, some of the prices will change after a fight, so it's good to check for these and the S rank. This is what you raise your monsters for, and you don't want this to go to waste. Now you're probably wondering, hey, can I do this all the time? No, you cannot. If you look to the right here, I have 172 battle tries. I'm not sure, but it was supposed to be you'd only get 1 battle try a day. I think it went up by 2, because all I ever do is 10x battle entries. I never do 1x. So you get 1 to 2 battle tries per day, which means it can take about half a year to max it out at 300 battle tries. Do not let it max out at 300 battle tries. You're basically wasting free money. Now you're probably wondering about the medal system. Well, the badges system, or medals, uses the badges that you get from the card packs, which you can either get from the prize exchange with Dia. I'll show you right now. I actually need a few silver packs because I need to make certain things. They're like card packs. They're just trading cards that some of you like to play. And anytime you get something new, it's going to show up as a shiny. You're going to go to Grandpa Badge here, and you use Badge Exchange. Of course, if you have free Badge Exchange tickets, or use Badge tickets. No, Badge tickets basically you can use to get whatever you want. Badge Exchange is for the badges that the monsters will use while in the arena that gives them all those massive stats. I still have quite a few to collect, but I do have a lot of the titles. Free badges are the ones you can take outside of the arena and equip to the monsters to benefit them everywhere. It only has about 10%, like 15% of the power of the arena badges, but still worth it. I'll even show you what you have obtained so far. The thing is, you have to exchange these free badges to get these. Then, of course, you got these special skill badges, which gives a special skill that they can use in battle. Sadly, I don't know what these do. It's based on the characters. So, let's say I want Hero's Decree, right? I gotta build a Hero Alotia R and an Alvin L in order to get this. See what I mean? Hero Lucia R, Alvin L, right? So I gotta build this. If I want to build this, I gotta build a Princess and Lucia R. I want to build a Princess and Lucia R, I gotta get a Bushy Baby G and a Prince Toma R. I want a Prince Toma R, I gotta get those particular ones. So you see, it takes a lot of time because you can't control what badges you get. So, if you're really after those badges, which I'm going to do very soon, actually, because I want to get my Clank a special ability, I gotta basically go for the highest coins payout, go for the badge packs, hope I get all the badges that I need to make the exchange, and then really go at it. And see, hope and basically make it. Now, the yellow ones are boss difficulty. They aren't much of a threat for a team like mine's. It's the one that are in red that could be potentially very dangerous because they could be super bosses. But as you can see, it awards 70 lotto tickets. You can also go for multiple coins. Guaranteed 10 S badges. That can be useful too. And so forth. Again, it's quite a grind to get the badges you want. But collecting them is just one other aspect of doing this. So, to go over it, again, monsters are important to everybody. They are key to your gameplay. They make excellent party members, especially if you don't want to hire like a third eye. Clank here does decent damage, decent healing, has Kazing, can tank pretty can pick very, very well, actually. And he's an excellent debuffer. I would honestly use him over a warrior who does some of the same things. But frankly, a warrior can't do all that other stuff that Clank can do. Although a warrior does have a slightly better defense debuff as well as a debuff that slows enemies down. But if all you care about is reducing their attack power, defense power, and their spell damage taken, or increase their spell damage taken, well, Restless Knight might be good for you. He's very, very versatile. He's just not super high damage like the Killing Machines or Saber Cats. I'm guessing that little thorny pincushion, because Happy told me to get him for some reason. Haven't figured out why yet. And so forth. Alright, that is it. If you have any questions, just let me know. I'm glad to put this tutorial out. Again, if you are a new player or an existing player, do not sleep on this. Start raising a monster. They can help you through much content, even super bosses. Talk to you all later. Have a good one.